So good day everyone. So I want us to look at eZee Absolute. Particularly we would like to sign in to a new the unified interface. So but I'll be making some little comparison between the old and the new. Then we'll dwell on the new to look at all these technicalities that we need to know in using this application. So I have a demo account here, property code is here. So I'm signing in. So this is the new interface. So we all know, users of this application, that when you sign in, you will have an option to see the booking engine, the training option for your learning. But however, you can see that what you are seeing on the screen is slightly different from the old interface. That has come of some kind of blue theme. So while this is booting, let's come for this to boot. After booting, we'll see the interface. I don't want to interrupt it by switching to the next, but this is what I will do. I will share my screen into two. Then I will be picking the other options to sign into the old interface. So I want to sign into the old interface. I'm using this. So I'm signing in to the old interface. So both pages are coming up. Let me try again. Okay, so you can see on the old interface, it's prompting me to switch to the new interface and see how it looks like. Property management, then we have a booking engine, and of course, where you can click to learn. So I'll just click on the property management to take us there. So the new interface is still coming up. So what can you see the difference? So this look has a blue what do we call it, theme and feel, while this is typically black and white. But I don't know why it's taking time to come up, but let us okay, refresh this page and hope that it will come up very soon. I think we're overcome it now. Taking a whole lot of time. To copy this demo password so I can use it to sign into it. It's wasting our time. Looking back. Sign into it again, I see. So we're in. So this is the interface. So while it's coming up, let us just continue here. So in this old interface, we all knew that, or know that, if we sign in to this application, you have a different what do we call a view to see. So this is the dashboard. On this dashboard, everything you are seeing here is the same thing as compared to the new. So this is the dashboard, which gives us an insight to the activity of the hotel, pending arrival, pending check-in and check-out, number of adults, the statistics of your room, and the status of your housekeeping, and of course, activities that are happening in the hotel. Now, if you click here, you have an option to switch to configuration. On the new interface, it doesn't switch you back and be rolling to bring you to the back end. It is slightly different. So okay, I know what to do. Let us see a feel of the new interface from here. Why this is taking our time. So I'll switch back to front so that we'll see how the new interface look like. So to do that is very simple. So in case you have this prompt that you want us to see, that you have this prompt that kindly sign into your new interface, just click on this prompt here to take you to the unified interface, which is the new interface. But I wanted to be running both side by side so that we'll see the difference. The difference aren't much. It will help you to quickly grasp, but let me just try using a single screen. So here we go. So we are in. So this is the new interface. There is nothing much. There's no difference between the two. Let me refresh this. Let us switch so that I can switch that one to old. Okay, I know the challenge. This my browser is loaded with so many information where I should pull it out so that I can minimize this. So I'll leave this to stand alone. It won't waste our time anymore. Yeah, I really want to achieve this so that my work can be easy. Okay, let's sign in. Okay, since Chrome is misbehaving. So this is the new interface. We have a dashboard, quick menu here. You see your menu, get statistics, you see reputation management, analytics, dashboard, and so on. Then here, if you click here, you see there's nothing. If you click here, you can easily switch to configuration. Switching to configuration will not take you to the back end, like I showed you earlier on the old interface. So everything here looks similar, but just that you just need to look. So that's why we are here. So I'll switch back to the front end so that we can do our work. So typically our menu is here. So we'll see that the menu interface is slightly different from the old one. So okay, I know what to do. Let me sign in. Okay, so here we have this ready now. So I'll switch this one back to the old interface. Let me switch it back to the old interface. Switch back to old interface. So to switch it back, you just click on that icon. It takes you to the old interface, depending where you are used to it. So I'm glad now that I have the two options for us. So this is the new interface. So I was here. So I said, this is our menu. If you click on it, so let's see what we have in the old interface versus what we have in the new interface. If we click on the menu, can you see that they are much different? The only thing is that what is under front desk here, most of them are being reviewed here. That's the difference. So you collapse this. So now before you will have this button to expand, you have to come to this activity of your working on your rates to see the different room rates. Then the interface is black. Then you don't need to wait for the application to switch to back before you eventually achieve your goal. So I think that's about it. To me, the new one looks a bit simpler, easy to navigate, and quick results. So let us dwell on the new one. So I will expand the screen back. So we have, let me just take us around the preamble, or the, what do we call it now, the rudiments of this our work. Very simple. So let's say we have a check-in to make. You remember, so let me just explain what this view is. Stay view, we know there are various views. Stay view, here we have the, on this column is a different room category. If you collapse it like this, you see the room, and expand it, you see all the rooms that are in each category. Here is a date. This first date here has to match with your calendar date. If it's not matching, it means you have not run audit. Then the information here tells us the inventory, room availability. Next to it is the rate at which this room are sold. So these rates are not configured. Then we have various colors here indicating different room status. If there's no standard yet, I'm not sure there's a standard to tell us the room category or room status color code. But if you can't interpret what this code are, just come to information here. You get all the meaning. This green means arrival, this one is checkout, confirm reservation, and so on and so forth. Then the icons here, this crown is for group owner, group booking. They have pending issues around payment. So that is the dollar sign. That is what that is meant for. So now let us do a check-in. We know that to check in is very simple, or to take reservation. So if I click on this here, on this particular room under dealers, we have dealers double room. We'll click here. We have this option to either make reservation or check in a working guest or block room. So here we want check in a guest. So here you can see that we want to do just a day check-in so that we can do check-in and check-out. So that's why it's 0. You can refer to that as a day use. But otherwise, you can change the number of night by changing the date. Can you see? So I want to make it just one night. So making it one night, I can come here. I'll bring it back to the same on the 7th. So all I have to do is to change this date so that the time right here rather to be higher than the time here. Can you see it's higher than the time here? So this is 9, this is 10. So here you indicate the source of the booking. You select the business source, whatever you call the business source. It could be AIQ, whatever. Then from where is this business coming? But these business sources and market code can be tailored according to what you have. Whatever is the name of your business sources, will have it created. So then the next thing is the room category we selected from it. The room already is let's say 2-bedroom. You select this in the room type. This is this. Select this room type. That is the room available. This is the rate applicable to that room. Now you will notice that the rate, the moment we click it, the rate display here 1,000. So if you are privileged, or you have in your room to edit this room rate, all you need to do is to click on this pen icon. You can sell this room for 800 or 1,200. So that's clear. Also, if you want to sell this room as complimentary, you can do that. So let's even say if you click on complimentary, every rate here will disappear. It means that you are charging as 0. You can do multiple nights and then make the first night complimentary. So away from that, you move a bit downwards, you fill the guest information. If the guests have stayed in your hotel before, click on this plus icon to search for that guest name. Maybe this is the name. No, sorry, not this. If the guests have stayed in the property before, if you type the guest name here, you will see all manner of Johnson. Can you see it pop-ups? I click here. So it filled in the details for me. So you see the information I have here, and this is where this person have stayed before. Do you want to use this rate? Blah blah blah. I'll say no, I'm doing a current rate. Do you understand? Now, because you have history of this person, you don't need to scan his or her means of identity again, because if he's been there before, you don't need to do that. But if you don't have it, to have that means of identification capture, you click on this plus icon after the name, then you click here. You see there's an image there. You can click here to change and fill other information. I'm closing it because I don't want to go there. I already have that details. Then you are done with this column. You come to this, the billing side. So with this bill, we have various options here. Bill to company, meaning it's a corporate guest, the company will pay. To group owner, that is if you do multiple rooms, is the group owner will be responsible to manage the billing. Guest, the guest pay 100%. Then room and tax to company and extra to guest means that the billing is going directly to the company that brought them there. That is the food, the accommodation and food, depending on the reservation instruction. Why extra charges the guests may incur, like movie or swimming. Excuse me, if swimming is charged, non-alcoholic beverage, some company will not be liable for that. So if you click that, the software will automatically produce two folios, meaning that you will have one section here and the other section to take care of. So when I check out, there won't be any ambiguity or what do we call it now, mix up. So that the company will not say I didn't ask him to pay for this. But while you are doing that, make sure that you are doing that with the guest knowledge. That okay, oh, this is it. If you insist on posting and if you have that credibility. With that being said, at the bottom right here, at the bottom here, you see we have three icons here to cancel the work you have done so far. Check-in. Why do we have this check-in icon active? Because we pick current date, current calendar. If we pick a future date, we will have seen result without checking. I like us to know that's how to do check-in. Say, do you want to charge for early check-in, blah blah blah, whatever. Say yes. So we have checked in this guest. So this is making reservation, checking in guests, and so on. You can print the folio. Let's see what the folio looks like. So it's the same thing. Whatever we have done now is the same thing we have in the old interface. So let's expand the old interface. Let's come to stay view. From your stay view, you will see that if you click here, let's say this is a vacant room, you click here, you will see every information here is the same. That's how you can see, boy. So it has a blue field. You can see that this is the latest room I sold. Here, there's no availability for the 3-bedroom. Here, the rate are not displayed. So that is the difference that I like you to note. Then we progress. So this is the estimated invoice for this person throughout his or her stay. And also you can print out the, what do we call it? Print the reg card after you have filled it so that the guest can sign off on it. And oftentimes this reg card carry the terms and conditions or your hotel policy regarding checkout, amenity usage, and so on. So that being said, this person has been checking. And if you observe, the name of this guest is Mr. Johnson, right? So this is Mr. Johnson. He has already checked in. There are activities you can carry out in the room. If you click here, you have this screen or interface. So here under more, can you see you can check out this guest if the day is due. You can add payment, amend stay, and so on. Well, let's see this stay now. I want to expand this stay. You can achieve extending stay in two ways. If you click on it, you don't even need to click on it. When your mouse is here, you can see it as just hover your mouse around the room. You have this arrow pointing, so you can drag it forward to extend the room or drag it backward. However, to achieve this also, you can come here, click on the room. You click here, you say amend stay. It will give you an option to either increase the number of nights or reduce the number of nights the person is staying. So that's first option. The next option here, you can check out the guest, you can add payment. So this room, we can add payment to it. Let's say we want to add how do we call it? Some charges, let's say cash. So this person is paying us cash. How much is this paying? Maybe 300 or let's say 800. This is how much he has paid. Save it. So we have made payment into that room. So let's go back to edit. We can even come to the folio. So we can see the room charge is 0. Just as one is giving us inventory. So what we can do now, because every payment that comes into the software or the rooms is indicated in green as a minus because it's negative to us because the person has not consumed his or her money. But let's charge this room. Let's edit this rate because we don't want this room to be 0. So let's say the rate inclusive of tax is let's say maybe 900 edit. So we will see that the the charge or the bottom balance here is different. Now, the guest is owing us 100. You can see that that negative icon is not here anymore. The room is 900. He paid 800. He has a balance of 100 to give to us. If the balance here carries a negative sign, it means we are owing the guest. So let's assume now this guest made another payment, add payment, and said that let me pay my debt, cash, here. Maybe he paid 200. You know, the software automatically put 100 there because that is what he's owing. So 200, did that. You can see now we are owing him 100 rupees or dollar, whatever is your currency. So you can also come to guest details to edit the details of these girls, the business source, if it's not matching, travel agent that comes, mix of payments, the way he choose to pay, cash and so on. Then these other details, this is booking details, this is guest details, including the means of identification and so on. Room charges that we have looked at, this is the room charge. Charge him 900 per night, so it's here. So we can also update this rate like I told you, but we can apply discounts to it. You can apply discount to this room. You have to select the discount. So this discount will have been created. Maybe it's 25% discount. Maybe it's 25% discount you want to apply, you select it. So that being said, if also as a senior officer you feel that you want to know what is happening in your room, there's what we call an audit tray. You click here, you see the activity of everybody. So this is the payment made, when the guest was checking, by who and what time. You will see everything. So you'll be able to track individual activity or that has happened on this party, on every transaction. So nobody can edit this. Whatever you are doing, if you avoid, everything is seen here. So I believe that we have expanded, we have substantiated on that enough, checking charges and so on, and extending stay. You can also do what we call a room move. Yes, if you click here, there's an option to move room from point A to point B. You can void the reservation. We can also have what we call an inclusive list. Let's see, this rate is 900, but you want to add to that room so that you'll be paying different charge. It may be breakfast, then you say to include tax is 44 rupees. So check out only on checkout. So this posting should be only on checkout. You don't want to add to it per child, per instance, and so when you are done, you save it. So you will see that for every time that this person is staying, so he will pay us additional $44. So this makes his room charges more. So you can see that his 100 rupees has been depleted to 48 because we removed some value from it for the additional charges that is applicable to the meal he or she has taken. So that is that about room. Now let us look at other things. So this guest is about to check out. So now if we come here to check out this guest here, you will see that we can't check out this guest because this guest has money with us. This guest has minus 58. So his money is remaining 58. Let me just use dollar to balance. So two things you can do. You can refund this money if your company policy allow it. But mind you, if you are refunding this money, you have to refund it exactly the way he made that payment, he or she made that payment. So let's quickly do that. Add payment. We want to refund this money, but it was cash. He paid, right? See cash here. So now it's physical cash. This is how much he has with us, but I won't refund him all so that I can also teach you another thing. So let's say we are refunding him $40, for example. So here we'll add. So he would definitely have $18 left with us. So this is one scenario. We are refunding him. Your policy allow it. You can see that it's been labeled refund. Now, the next thing is, let's assume this person wants to leave this money in your company. So what do you do in this instance? Is to create a city ledger account that can manage both negative and positive figure. So here we'll come back to here, we'll come to company, we'll come to cashiering, then there you move to company database. So let's create this guest. You'll see add company. So I can call this guest name maybe Johnson, Johnson 2, because I have Johnson 1 before. So I can see Johnson again, fill all those details. You can type the guest card to it. When we're done, you click on save. So I've created a city ledger. Okay, it's saying that those addresses have existed. So let me make it Johnson J. Let's say it this way. So let's save it. Something that will make it different. Okay, so let me create. I'll create another one. So let me see Johnson 2. Here, I will use another address, maybe J at gmail.com, whatever it is. So when we're done, we save it. So it's asking for email. So we have saved it. So we have created Gmail at gmail.com. So we have created this account. So we can now go back to that transaction earlier. So we'll go back to our stereo. So if you can, this is the room. You can also search the room if you can identify where you left the room. So where is the room safe? I can't remember. You can search from here. So we have Johnson, all manner of Johnson here. So this is the room. This is the most recent one of these. This one's already checked out, so you can record it. So here, you can come to edit. This balance here, we want to transfer it to that city ledger account we created. So you click on add payment. You select mode, city ledger, the account you created. What is the guest name? Johnson 2. That's the account you created for the person. This is the balance. You can see balance posted to account. To account. So that being said, click on add. So that will zero out this account. You can see 0. Now you can conveniently check out this guest. The checkout account is here. You check him or her out. So that is it. So let me mention quickly that it's the responsibility of the accountant to create city ledger account and be managing that account. It's the responsibility of the accountant to create a city ledger account and be managing it. So I would like us to pick that responsibility. I say so that people don't hide and be pushing transaction to account and you don't know, because your auditor has to be thorough to check all these things every day. So now, lastly, I also like to mention on city ledger that if somebody make a deposit to a city ledger, you cannot move money from there to the room on this application. So all you need to do, you have that money there, then the person will consume it when he or she arrives. So that is about that. So the next thing I'd like us to look at, having done all of this, we have this rate to manage. To update our rate on a daily basis, nothing. So we have different rates. This is 1.1 family. It's a kind of rate, right, that is created. So let us see if we can work on this rate. So we have room that is called room number 13. It's on Beton Dealers. So let's come to manage our rate. This is the dollar icon. But for the old application, this is our rate icon. Can you see? That one has just been simplified. So we'll click here. Here is slightly different. It's segmented. You can do rate and inventory update. This means you can only update in one room update per time, one day only. While for the bulk update, you can do for a longer date. So let's see what source now. We're looking for OTAs. Then we want this. This is the rate we want to work on. Are you with us? So here you add from when to when. So today, let's say it's 9. to this date. From here to here, this is it. We want to add date to it. So let's add this date. I don't want to add more date to it. Sorry, hold on. Let me just pause my training so that I can answer you. So I'll continue. So, okay, we are trying to create our rate. I'm seeing, okay, there's a slight difference here. Source, inventory, rates, OTA. If I continue, you are overriding the rate in this, so and so. Yes. So we have put the date. Let's let us note we have put the date here. I'm not adding another date range. So let's us note it. You click on next here. I was a bit distracted by that. So here you have to select, this was the different rates. This is one bed and so on. You can select all these one bed and so on and so forth. So let's say we select this option for this one bed. Click on next. Now every day we want this rate to move to this. Can you see? Every day this one bed, blah blah blah. You can update here and put what should we even put here now? This is studio. You can see, okay, the rate here maybe let's say is 500. So it's the same you do for the rest. So we have done that. So we can see every day this is the rate plan. So you click on update. So that rate has been updated. This is how to do a bulk room update. So let's go back and find the rate we have done. For one bed, we did 500, right? So let's go and check. So where's our one bed? One bed. The rooms are so many. This is why I often don't like to use what do we call it, demo account, because you will keep looking for simple thing for only God knows. Okay, come in. Okay, I think the rooms are many. Let's just collapse it and just we hope that I'll see our one bed. But if I can't find it, I don't want to waste our time. That is how to update our rate. So I'm also trying to see if we have this rate. Now, let's just not even waste time. So let's come back to this rate again. Yeah. We can do rate and inventory. This one I told you it apply to only one day, not the bulk rate, right? So here, this is dynamic rate. You have your rate here. This one bed is here. So here, if you want to change this rate, say rate is not available. So here to change this rate, you simply, okay, this is rate. You select the rate type, which is this, the room type. You select also. Let's say you want to select one bed, all the one beds and so on. Or let's uncheck all. Let's say one bed. Base rate per adult. You see, this is for children. This is per adult. So let's turn off this so that we can have our rate here. Excuse me. So this has an active rate. I can choose to change it to 1000. The same thing here, 1000. You know that I told you it's 1. You can't do it bulk rate. So you navigate down to it again and change it to 1000. So it's better you use the bulk rate update to change your rate. This one that are any, they are not configured originally from the back end. So those ones are already configured. You can change their rate by day. So that is it. So rate management is very important for us in hotel while we are carrying out our job every day. We must manage our room rate. So that being said, this is just for that purpose. We will keep supporting you as your ASOS for this rate. Now, we've learned how to create cashier, we learned how to create city ledger and how to manage city ledger, post to it and so on. Now there's a report you will fetch every day. to get to know what do we call it, your records of sales and so on. So you just will navigate down to where you have your report. So we have the report icon here. On the old one, the report is also in the same location. This is it, report. You have this. So here, to get our reports are many in this application, but there's a report that is all encompassing. It's called managers report. It's a three-column report. So this managers report, you have it here. Say report. It carries everything that you need to know about your sales, rooms, how payment was made, and so on. So let us have it displayed there. We digest it. Then we'll look at few other things, then draw the curtain on this particular training. So this is it. These are the particulars. Day use, we've seen the rate, which was so late checkout, no charge today, no show, and so on. Now, this is the current date. If you run audit, you are auditing yesterday. So this will be yesterday's transaction because the current day transaction has not been audited. This is from first to current date. So this is month to date. Let's say today is 8th of March. So it will be from first to 7th. Do you understand? Because you have not run audit for 8. This is year to date, January to current month and date. These are the total. If you make any money from extra charges, which are all these, you'll find out the particular there and the money made. Discount given, your taxes, you have them analyzed there. Then you have the total revenue you make. Posting from F&B section to the room, you have it here. So you also have analysis of how you receive payment to different banks, cash, and so on, analyzed here. Then if you move downwards toward the end, you're going to see revenue you made from room, from extras, and also you will see the revenue you made from POS in all the outlets if you have restaurant attached to your hotel. So this report is very robust. So you may also want to see your in-house guests. This is house status. You can print out this report to give to your housekeepers to know which room was checking, which room is dirty, so that you can use that to allocate a job for them to clean. And also you can use this to reconcile what the chef or the restaurant guys are telling you in relation to feeding. Maybe you are doing what do we call it, bed and breakfast. So you have to know if truly they are not wasting your food. So because the people that are in-house are meant to sign it. You see, this is page 1 to 36. The hotel is so big, this sample hotel that they have different hotel. This is the unit of the room occupied, the guest name, number of persons inside, when the person check in, expected to check out, room status, and so on. So with this, you'll be able to know, okay, we are meant to clean this room, this person has gone to eat, and so on. So the reports are endless. So I leave you to comb all the report to get the report. So another thing I'll quickly mention to us before we leave here is housekeeping. So housekeeping is a very wonderful tool in the software. First, you have what do you call it? The housekeeping status, where you set up your housekeeping status. How do you want your housekeeping status to look like? For example, so we have well, this room is clean, you can choose to make it dirty. So this is where you change your room status, make it clean if the rooms are dirty. You can edit all this inventory. Please check inventory and damage. Please check inventory and damages. Please check inventory and damage. This was repeated multiple times. So it means that for every room now, if you assign any task to anybody, you can tell them what are they to check in the rooms before cleaning it or after cleaning it, so that while cleaning they will understand that, okay, this is the task, this is the responsibility. So you can also check audit tree here to see the activity of people who have assigned to the room, what they have done, and so on. Can you see this room operation set room dirty? This person makes the room dirty, another person makes the room and check inventory damages and so on. So That being said, you can always see that you can see this room, the status is occupied and so on. So if you want to do a box update, you select all this room. You want to clean all the rooms, so I'll select here. Having selected all the room, you will have an option here, say select operation. You want to set the status, meaning that I want to make all the room clean, dirty or so. But if that does not apply to all the room, you selected the concerned room and change the status accordingly. So let's say we want to make all this room clean. You click on it, apply. All your room in the hotel will be automatically clean. You know, we can set up the software that you cannot check in a guest to a dirty room. So the whole rooms are clean. Now, you can also select all the rooms. You can carry out another operation to assign housekeepers that will be cleaning this room. But mind you, before you can assign housekeepers, this housekeeper's name have to be created from the back end. If you pick an housekeeper here, let's see housekeeper here. What do you want them to do? You assign housekeeper. Because I've selected one to apply to all. You can also create a work order and assign different tasks to housekeepers. So these are the possibilities to be achieved from housekeeping. You can also do what we call maintenance. You can block a room if you don't want room to be in use. You can block room, you can unblock room. For this one now is blocked. Reason is for AC repair. So you can click here to unblock the room. So it's supposed to end on the 13th. It was blocked from on the 7th. So all you need to do is to bring this date back to 7. Do you understand? Then you click on apply. So this room is automatically unblocked. So to block any room, just say block room. You will select from when to when. You add the range, it's done. You select the room you want to block. Let's see next. You now give reasons for blocking it. This is the room. After selecting that, in this room, what is its status? It may even be out of order. You select here. What do you want to achieve? Aircon broke, AC to be repaired. You apply it. This is how to block room. This is under housekeeping. And if you have a manual maintenance department, we can work alongside with that. Then this is work order, where you are assigned tasks to your staff. If to add new work order, don't forget that I mentioned to you that you will have created all your housekeepers' name. So here is a new order. So you set the status, let's say from 9th to 9. If it's a room cleaning, you want them to clean room every time. And the advantage of this, after you have assigned this, after 2-3 months, you may not remember to check who does what. And you can be seeing all that they have done over the time. You can also use that during appraisal to mark their activity. So you select room. Let's say this is the room. You have assigned it to the person. Put your mark. What do you want the person to do to clean the room? Priority is very high. Status assigned. To which staff? You select the staff. The reasons for that, if you have to just clean the room, do you understand it? And put save. So you have assigned tasks here. Whatever is the remark, you type it there and save it. So you can see, you will see how people are doing their work. The job has been assigned to them. If it's completed the job, you come here. You can come here and see and edit this work order. The job was assigned. Now say treated and completed. So if you are pleased with it, also you can put your mark. So this will help us. Now, if there are issues in the room, for example, maybe there is issue of theft, something is missing, something is broken, you want to see who cleaned that room so that you'll be able to narrow down your investigation. So away from housekeeping, there's what we call night audit. To run night audit, for those of us who are accountants, so to run audit is very simple. Night audit, just initiate it by clicking here. So, but this I'm not sure we can, because we have plenty room, but we can't be checking out all the room and so on. But it's step 1 to step 6. This is the first one. So these rooms are pending reservation. You can select all. After you have selected all, what do you want to do? Do you want to void them or you check them in? Let's say we want to void those reservations. Give your reasons for voiding them so that you can move to the next level. So we avoided all these transactions. You can check them in because these are pending reservations. It won't allow us run audit. So because of the volume, it's taking a lot of time. to be done. So we are done with that. So now we have transaction that cannot be void, that it is a partial group. So what you need to do, just select them. So you check them in. Yeah, I'm just treating this one so that we can just move ahead. Check them in. So this one, they say they cannot be checked. They are either a previous or not physically moved into the room. So let's select them all. So I'm void them. Give reason. No show. So I avoid them because they are part of which room. So what you need to do now, you can come here. You can void this reservation. You can cancel them, or you assign room to them. Assign a room to them so that you can check them in. Then checking. That one is gone. So this is how you solve it. So for those of us running all this, don't just see problem and run away and say it's not possible. Are you seeing? So taking us to it now, assign a room to it so that you can just walk away. So this is you. Let's just pick anyone. Then assign this room. Check in the guest. We have done that. The next person, assign room. Let's assign room to the person. Just pick anyone here that is available within that category. After we've assigned rooms to them, we can select all and do a check-in. So we are done. So we'll move to the next step. Release reservation, room status, we see dirty, maintenance, and so on. So you can see now that most of them have arrived. There are some that are due out. You can see day use. This one now, you're supposed to check this person out. This is how you will solve all the problem. After you have solved all the problems in the room, then you can now, let's say cash, this person, you want to pay this person needs a refund, you do that. When you have solved all the problem, you move next. Night audit is done. So let me see if we can move to the next one. So all these ones now are unsettled folio. All of them have not made payment. So it's very simple. What you need to do is to do, what do we call it? You to post their money. You see, settle folio. So you settle, you select whatever it is the person is owing. You select, you add, you give cash. This person is owing this. So you will post to all this. We are supposed to, there's an option where we can do auto posts. Night charge. Ooh, okay. Coming, I'm supposed to see that so that we don't waste our time here. Just select once and do an auto post. Then this night charges, then you create a new thing. Let me see. The option is not on this new one. So that is it. You click on next, and you are done. So if we have done your configuration completely, so after every audit, you will get an email notification that audit has been run, all the report that is needed, the room sold, and so on. Let me show us all the rooms sold and so on. You will get those reports. Now that is that. So we have also few things that manager does, like creating of username, privileges, and also creating of what do we call it, race, room, and so on. So users, very simple. So we already have this here. These are users. You have your name and so on and so forth. So you want to create a username. In the previous one, you click on configuration, takes you to configuration. You're in configuration. This is human head, that is user management. So you have all manner of stuff that you have will be here with their different privileges. These are the user, the rule. You can block stuff, you can do security preferences, meaning that to assign rules to this stuff. So let's look at this. This is a demo account. It's taking a lot of time because I'm sure it's filled with all manners of information. So we still have this here. This, if you switch to back, you say yes. This is the old way of doing it. You come to users, you find all the user here. You can see these are available. These ones have been made inactive. Remember, you can't delete a user details provided that that person already has a transactional history tied to his or her name for auditing purposes. So let's see if this one is ready. Still not ready. So to create user is to click on this plus icon, but on the old one, it's easy. Add user to fill the details. You can also select the privilege or role you want to give to the person. The rules and privilege will automatically filter to it because it's been configured from user rule. Look at it, user rule has been configured and can be edited. Then we also have room rate. This is where you create the various rate type. So bed and breakfast, rack rate, and so on. You have it created here. Then while you are creating it, you can indicate that this rate will be tax inclusive or tax exclusive. You save it. That's how to create your room rate. But because prices changes, that's why we update our rate from the front end. Then what else? Rooms. Yes. So we have room here. If you have any room you want to make inactive, all you need to do, this is an active room. You just click on this icon now to make it inactive. It goes inactive, provided there are no reservations on it. So here, this one is ready. So now let's see this particular user now is an admin. We can make this or her inactive by turning this off. But we are not allowed to. This is a demo account. So another thing I like us to know, if to create new user here, just click on this plus icon. You fill in the user information. You select the privilege you want to give to the user and save it. That is all. Then we also have rules. You can manage rules. These are various rules. You can choose to edit these rules and say, okay, I want this person to be able to do this. I want these categories of staff to be able to do this, to avoid, to do this and do that. So these are the ways to create this. This is where preferences are. You understand? Here you can see action, auditory. You want to see what has happened in those things you have done. Staff that you have blocked or made inactive, you'll find them here. So we have booking engine configuration from the back end here. So this is what booking engine is a platform where guests can make reservation and check into your hotel, and it will have it filtered to your PMS, property management system. You will see. So this is where you set it up. So this is your booking engine. You have your inventory. You set up your visibility, booking engine visibility, currency, and so on. You set up all of this. In analytics, here it will show you, you can tie it to your Google and see how you are performing. Customization, you customize your booking engine. You can upload the front banner on your desktop. When people see your booking engine, what images are they going to be seeing there? Okay, so you upload it here. I think for my client that we are talking about, Orbit, we have this work pending that is yet to be achieved. So other settings, payment. So here for the accountants, you can create various means of payment, cash, POS, and so on. Extra charges like housekeeping charges, delivery charges, what else? Any charge that is not your accommodation. You can create discounts here, various discounts, currency type, transport type, payouts, remarks, and so on. This is where they are all created. The notification, you can do different notification, general notification, like if any guest checked out and you want them to get an email notification, this is where we create all of them, and so on and so forth. So I like to stop here so that we can also record our next training. Thank you.